Hey there pranksters, before we jump into these awesome life hacks, let me tell you all about our sponsor for this video, cdkoffers.com. It's a popular website I recently found where you can purchase software keys at a very reduced price. For example, if you're looking to get Windows 10 Pro at a very low price, head over to cdkoffers.com. Choose the product you want to purchase, enter my promo key NX20 to get an additional 20% discount, and then just proceed with your purchase. I chose PayPal as my main method of payment, and it's just that easy to check out. Once you have your key ready, go to the activation settings on your PC, click on change product key, and just type in your new key and you're all set, my friend. So basically in this video, pranksters, I'll be showing you guys 10 more creative food life hacks that will come in handy at some point when you're munching on your favorite snacks. But before we get to those, let me announce the one and only giveaway for this video. Yes, it's only one giveaway, but it's a really awesome one. Well, it's actually more of an opportunity, so hear me out guys. If this video gets 10,000 likes before September 2020 ends, I will pick someone from the comments and I will let that person upload a Halloween video on my channel in October. And if you end up winning, not only will that help you grow your channel, but I'll let you keep the revenue that your video earns in 30 days. Yeah, I know this is a different type of giveaway, but it'll be fun if we end up reaching that goal. To enter this giveaway, all you have to do is like this video and leave a cool comment below telling me what kind of Halloween video you would do if given the chance. And to qualify, you must have an active channel or at least have the means to make a video. Alright, well that's the giveaway guys. Let's get started with these hacks. When it comes to eating a Go-Gurt, there's many ways to do so. It's common for people to freeze them, others will add some onto their fruit salads, and the most common way is to just cut off one end and push out the yogurt into your mouth. Well, a faster and better way to do that is if you take a Go-Gurt and fold it in half, and right on the crease, you make a slit, so now you can push on both ends and the yogurt will come out through the middle. You'll get more Go-Gurt in less time with minimal effort. Just like a Go-Gurt, there's so many ways to eat a Slim Jim. For example, here I have a large stick of beef jerky and I prefer to eat this like I would a string cheese. And to do that, let's cut off one end of the wrapper and pull out a big portion of the Slim Jim. While it's laying flat, we can cut into it. About 4 or 5 parallel lines will do. See guys, now I can pull it apart with ease. Like I said, it's best eaten like you would a stick of string cheese. Lunchables can either be considered a snack or a full meal depending on how hungry you are. Now to make it a snack rather than a full meal, you'll have to eat your Lunchables in portions, and that can easily be done. For example, the Lunchables that I have right here is divided into 4 compartments, which contains cheese, ham, crackers, and cookies. Well, with a pair of scissors, we can split up those sections of the Lunchables. Now, not only can you enjoy each section as a snack, but you can store these anywhere now that they're smaller. The best part is that they remain sealed until you open them. When it comes to sharing snacks or candy that come in a box like this one, it can be annoying, especially if you're having to pass the box around. I really don't like that, and you'll have to agree it's not very convenient. So what you can do is place the box down on a table, lay it flat, and with a blade, make a large cutout on top. By making this opening, it'll be easier for everyone to grab some candy from inside without having to pass the box around. Plus, it's less germs to deal with. Now here is the opposite scenario. You have a cup of cookies that you are about to open, but you know that once you do, everyone is gonna wanna stick their hands in there and take as many cookies as they want. Well, to avoid all that and only share a minimal amount, instead of pulling back the whole seal, just make a small cut on it and make sure that the cutout is small enough for only one cookie to come out through at a time. By doing this, you reduce the chances of people taking more than just one cookie, which can only mean more cookies for you in the end. I can definitely say I'm a big fan of Pringles, especially because they have so many flavors available. But I also hate the fact that I only get one flavor per can, so I got to thinking, why not instead of buying one large can with just one flavor, I buy 2 smaller cans like these 2 and each one has a different flavor. So guys, if you stack these up, they end up being about the same length as a larger can. So here is where my smart thinking comes into play. Let's take both of the smaller cans and open them up. Let's get rid of those seals. For example, these sour cream and onion are now opened, and now these barbecue Pringles are opened as well. Let's put the lids back on each can and join them together just like you see right here. Make sure that the bottoms are touching each other, and of course we'll hold them in place with some clear tape. The idea here is to have 2 flavors in one can, so if I'm craving some barbecue flavored Pringles, I'll get them from this side. And if I want some sour cream and onion, I'll just flip it over and get some of those as well. Again, this is 2 flavors in one can. Now guys, if this method doesn't work for you because it might be too many chips for you to handle, well, you could swap out one of the mini Pringles cans with a can of peanuts. If the cans are the same size, it won't be a big issue aligning them. It makes for a really good to-go snack. Let's move on to Pringles' main competition, and that would be Lay's Stacks. And I say they're competitors because of the way that the chips are shaped and the way that they are packaged. They both come in cans, but what I prefer about the cans of Lay's Stacks is that they are more flexible and we can do more things with them. For example, at one point, let's say that you want to host a party and you want to have Lay's Stacks available for your guests. Without having to use extra plates or bowls, you can just use the can itself. Let's begin by removing the chips from inside carefully, and the best way to do that is with a sheet of paper. This is a very clever hack when you want to pull out the chips out of the can. Now that the can is empty, we can easily cut the can in half just like you see right here. Also cut the lid in half, and each half we are gonna tape onto the opened end of each half can. Let's put the chips back in, and now we can have this at a snack table so that everybody can easily have access to the chips instead of having your party guest reach in there with their dirty hands. To make a PB&J sandwich, you of course need the following: 2 slices of bread of any kind, some peanut butter, some jelly, and of course a plate to build your sandwich on. To me, this process can seem long and annoying. Sure, taking out 2 slices of bread isn't as bad, but having to spread them with some peanut butter and jelly can get annoying. Here I'm using a butter knife to cover this piece of bread with peanut butter. Now I gotta wipe that knife clean in order for me to dip it into the jar of jelly. Overall, I'm not a big fan of this method, so what I recommend you guys do if you don't want to use a knife is the following. Take 2 sandwich bags. One you will fill up with some jelly, add as much in there as you want, corner it, and then simply just tie it up. The other bag you will fill up with some peanut butter, and just like you did with the jelly, you'll tie it up. We are pretty much done here. Keep these handy in the fridge, and when you want to use them, cut off a piece from the corner to be able to squeeze out both the jelly and the peanut butter. It makes the process of making a PB&J sandwich so much easier. Best part is that you won't have to deal with a knife. If you wish to spend money, you can also buy the squeezable bottles of peanut butter and jelly, but the baggies will work just fine. Next, I'm gonna show you a very clever way to mix multiple bags of chips together next time you're hosting a party. Usually when people do this, they buy a bunch of chips and pour them onto a bowl, and that's cool, but they just don't mix them very well, and eventually people will eat the first layer, then the second layer, and so on. Well, a good way to make sure that all the chips are eaten evenly is by pouring all the chips inside a plastic bag, and of course it has to be a clean bag. Once all the chips are in there, shake up the bag and try to make sure that all the chips spread out. Once done, simply just put them back in the bowl and you'll see a big difference. One of the biggest issues that you can run into when opening up a box of juice pouches is the following. For example, here I'm using some Kool-Aid jammers. Well, when you take out a juice pouch and you see that there's no straw attached to it, that's a big problem because now it'll be an inconvenience. So what you can do is grab another straw from a different pouch and cut it in half. So if that pouch belongs to someone else, say thanks, because now you'll be able to sip on your juice pouch. Insert it halfway and then squeeze on the pouch as you sip. You don't really need to have a long straw because the pouch will get smaller as you drink, but like I said, just squeeze as you go. Now let's say that you run into the same issue, except that this time there aren't any straws available at all. Trying to suck out the juice through the small straw opening would be so annoying, so the best thing that we can do in this scenario is just cut off the top of the pouch and then simply pour the juice onto a cup. When you do this, be prepared to be disappointed by the amount of juice that's in there. It's not a lot. There you guys have it, 10 awesome food life hacks that might save the day. Now pranksters, before I wrap up this video, I want to remind you about the giveaway that I mentioned earlier in this video. If this video gets 10,000 likes before September 2020 ends, I will choose someone from the comments and I will let that person upload a Halloween video on my channel. So if you wish to participate, all you gotta do is like this video and leave a comment below. That is it. Good luck, pranksters. I'll see you guys in my next video.